Okay, what's up guys, Game Fan Roll Games here, and it's Saturday. Once that means another week of wrestling has yet come to an end, and thus it's time for another Drama Script Saturday. And this week's Drama Script Saturday, I want to go through the TNA news first to start it on a good note. I mean, just to end on a good note, because TNA was horrible this week, and I don't get their booking strategy, and I never got in their booking strategy. So this week the big announcement was Team TNA versus Team Aces and Eights. Well, the easy part is all the unmaxed people on Aces and Eights is Team Aces and Eights. Team TNA is going to be Sting, Mangus, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, and Eric Young, which is random. Eric Young shouldn't have anything to do in a major serious storyline because his character is more like a joke character. He's supposed to be their what's it, Santino Marella. Yeah, he's supposed to be their Santino Marella, even though Santino is better or booked better, I should say. But no, it comes down to it. I find Santino better than Eric Young. Other things that stood out on TNA was the match between Kenny King and Rob Van Dam for the X Division title. It was a good match up until the finish, which was horribly botched. Here it goes. Rob Van Dam goes up on the top rope and he signals that he's going to do a 540. While the announcer's still saying that he's going to do a 5-star frog slash, I don't know, after he did this, which signals for the 540. So Rob Van Dam does the 540, Kenny King moves out the way, so Rob Van Dam face plants, and then Kenny King goes for the pin, and then the pin count got botched. That was probably supposed to be the finish, and I had to watch it like 2 times because it looked like Earl Hebner counted to 4. But it was a very sloppy, it was bad. So what Kenny King had to wind up doing is that he just lifted up Rob Van Dam after that and just hit him with his finisher. It looked like he even struggled putting Rob Van Dam on his shoulders because he needed some of the top rope for leverage. And then he pinned him, and then he got the win. Which I found that match was just sloppy. The ending was sloppy. So Kenny King is now the new X Division champion. Finally. I guess third time really is a charm. The main event was Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy versus, I think, Mr. Anderson and Devon. So yeah, that really didn't matter because at the ending of Impact, you saw Kurt Angle infiltrate the Aces and Eights clubhouse, beating up random members and then unmasking the vice president off camera, so we still don't know who he is. Just put ex-WWE wrestler there, I'm pretty sure, and then Aces and Eights people just jump him in the clubhouse, and that's how Impact ended. On to WWE Raw. Raw started off with the fight between Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon. It was just strictly a straight out fight. Like, there was no ref, it was a brawl. And then Paul Heyman started hitting Vince McMahon with his crutches. Then Vince took the crutch and started hitting Paul Heyman, then Brock Lesnar came out. Okay, then when Brock Lesnar makes it to the ring, then Triple H comes out. Big surprise there. Not really. Triple H comes out. So then they start fighting, and then Triple H throws Brock Lesnar against the steel pole, the ring post, and then Brock Lesnar's head is just busted wide open. Like, there's blood all running down his face from the back of his head and everything. And then they continue to fight. And then it stops. Now, was that a botch? I'm going to have to probably say yes. Because he needed, like, I think 8 or 9 staples to close the wound in the back of his head, and it was like a lot of blood. Let's see, other things that stood out to me on Raw. It looks like they're trying to make a feud between Sheamus and Wade Barrett. Hopefully them two get a match together. I would love to see it and enjoy it. Another thing that stood out was the Miz TV. It was Zeb Coulter, Jack Swagger, and Alberto Del Rio, and well, Ricardo Rodriguez was there. And it was weird because it seems like Ricardo got like a very, very, very small pop, and he got excited about it for like a split second. If you go back and watch that, and then he went back into character, it was probably because he probably wasn't expecting anything. But yeah, they had a promo which ended up, it's an exchange of words about Seth Coates is like, oh yeah, you're the reason why people don't have any jobs, this and that and third. The whole borderline racist American thing that, you're stealing our jobs and this and that and third, what Zeb Coulter does best, and all Jack Swagger says is his name and we the people, which it works because Jack Swagger can't talk, and it works. The highlight of Raw was the John Cena versus CM Punk match, which is phenomenal, and those two have great chemistry in the ring together. Those two have never had a bad match together, in my opinion. And I think that match was the second best match on Raw this year. And I think this was the best match on Raw this year so far. Oh, look at that. John Cena is a part of the two best matches that Raw had so far. The first one was John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler on the first match of this year for Raw. And this one, John Cena versus CM Punk. And they did everything. CM Punk whipped out a banned move. He pile drivered John Cena, which was amazing. That shows you that John Cena has a lot of trust in CM Punk to perform the move right. Because as we all know, John Cena has a neck injury that requires surgery. So it shows that he has a lot of trust in CM Punk to whip out a dangerous banned move and hit it. And John Cena did a powerbomb. And he did a Hurricane Rana, so he has more than 5 moves. And for those that said that, oh, the wrong man won, look at it like this. John Cena won the Royal Rumble. When you win the Royal Rumble, you get a free ticket to WrestleMania to fight the champion of your choice. Now, how bad would it look for a wrestler, CM Punk, for a wrestler that wasn't even in the Royal Rumble, to randomly win this match against John Cena and then to go to WrestleMania? That would make the Royal Rumble almost worthless. It would just undo everything. So that's why I find that the right man did win, because that would make the Royal Rumble thing look retarded. Like, oh, it was just a wasted ticket that John Cena won. And you can say, oh yeah, John Cena won Money in the Bank, and he didn't win the title. Well, yeah, but he didn't lose the match either. So yeah, and it wasn't really a waste. He did cash in, unlike WWE still waiting for the right moment to give Dolph the okay to cash in his Money in the Bank. I didn't quite catch Smackdown. I only saw a couple things. I saw the Randy Orton and Big Show match. And then the Shield got involved, and then when Big Show came to about, he punched Roman Reigns in the face, which I found hilarious. And the promo between Zeb Coulter, Jack Swagger, and JR, that was a good promo. And then Alberto Del Rio came in and interrupted that. But that's probably going to wrap it up for this week. Oh, and under unscripted news, I'll leave a link to this interview in the description below. Chris Jericho gives his thoughts on how Triple H is running WWE as the man, and their relationship as business partners and friends. The link to that interview will be in the description below. And I'm Game Fifty Games. If you want to ask me a question about anything on wrestling, the ways of doing that is in the description below. And remember, you always get a drama script Saturday every Saturday. And I'm Game Fifty Games, guys. Signing out. Peace.